Clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Ding, ding, ding went the bell. Zing, zing, zing went my heartstrings. From the moment I saw him, I fell.
Meet Me in St. Louis is the tender, romantic story of the most popular young beauty of the early 1900s, of her crush on the boy next door. Of her lovable, yet at times humorous family.
If you like me like I like you, and we like both the same, I like to say this very day, I'd like to change your name. We will dance the hoochie coochie. You will be my tootsie whoopsie. If you will meet me in St. Louis, Louis, meet me at the fair.
Think that marriages were simple affairs. Boy meets girl, fall in love, they get married, have babies. Eventually the babies grow up and meet other babies, and they fall in love, and get married and have babies, so on and on.
I don't know how to explain, but a wedding, a church wedding, well, it's what every girl dreams of. A bridal dress, the orange blossoms, the music. It's something lovely to remember all the rest of her life. And something for us to remember, too.
It's my wedding and my
Ellie,
plan.
I don't understand. What did you mean by that?
Look, no one has to do anything. When the time comes, I'll do everything. I mean everything.
I wouldn't go to your wedding. Now, none of your baby.
Ellie, now look here.
I don't care if you do.
Fuck me! Now look here, young man. If you insist upon a church wedding, you can count me out. I wash my hands of the whole affair.
This is Paris, and I'm an American who lives here. I'm a painter. All my life, that's all I've ever wanted to do. Brother, if you can't paint in Paris, you better give up and marry the boss's daughter. Oh, I have a lot of good friends in Paris. A lot of very good friends.
And I am one of them. I'm a concert pianist. That's a pretentious way of saying I'm unemployed at the moment. I like Paris.
It's a place where you don't run into old friends, although that has never been one of my problems. Strangely enough, I made a friend over here once. I worked for him. His name was Henri Borel. You know, the French music hall star. Do you remember him?
I remember, because that is me.
Begin today, you'll find it nice. The quickest way to paradise. I'll build a stairway to paradise with the new step every
day. She's an exciting girl. She's like a sunbeam. When she walks down the street, everybody feels a little better.
C'est magnifique, wonderful, marvelous. She should care for me.
Paris is a mood, a longing you didn't know you had until it was answered. Paris is it's like love, or art, or faith. It can't be explained, only felt.
Just listen to my heart go pit-pat. It started from the start. I felt like that. Hum it, strum it, sing it, drum it. What a thrill I'm getting from it. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Until you can see people as they really are. Yourself as you really are. Until you can do this to your father's picture.
What goes on in the private lives of the famous, the notorious? You will share the laughter and the tears of talented people who stop at nothing to attain success until success stops them. Of romantic people who fight for love until love whips them.
Thought you said you were going to get rid of her quick.
Shut up and get back upstairs.
If you are a gentleman, there is no justification for boorishness.
He asked me how my work was going. What was I supposed to say? Great? Incidentally, who was that overgrown bullfighter you danced with all night?
Don't talk like that about Georgia. Or Jonathan. He's a great man.
There are no great men, Buster. There's only men. You're the first person I ever knew who began by hating him and ended up liking him. Do you always do everything backwards?
Do you still love him?
Can't look off your face. Who gave you the right to dig into me and turn me inside out and decide what I'm like? How do you know how I feel about you, how deep it goes? Maybe it's deeper than I want it to be. Maybe I don't want anybody to own me, you or anybody. Get out! Get out!
Never has anyone dared to put on the screen a story told with such boldness, such frankness. Never has anyone assembled such an array of fabulous players. Wherever and whenever you discuss great motion picture drama, the picture that will be talked about first will be the bad and the beautiful.
Brigadoon, as a motion picture, has been hailed as the brightest singing and dancing spectacle since An American in Paris. A whopping new screen triumph by the same star, the same director, and the same producer who gave you that Academy Award-winning musical.
Brigadoon tells a wonderful story, too. An American in Scotland. A courageous young fella who isn't afraid to admit he's fed up with the big city hubbub. And he does something about it, amid the quiet beauty of the Highlands.
A hunting he goes.
Ah, yes, but a romance he finds.
With two loves in his life, he makes a choice.
Will it be the village girl from Brigadoon who adores him body and soul?
Or the sophisticated cafe society beauty of New York's nightlife?
The only scotch she knows comes out of a bottle.
Am I to hold my heart till he comes strolling by?
What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love.
Come ye in the glen, come ye there, come ye there.
My name's Mike Hagan. I'm a sports writer. If you read the papers, maybe you've heard of me. I was involved in that ruckus up in Boston. A lot of people have asked me for the facts about that affair.
Affair is right. One person in particular would like to know the facts, Mike. Your wife. She wanted to know what you were doing in that showgirl's apartment. So she went to find out for herself.
I had a silly idea. I was supposed to be jealous of you. Please try to forget I ever came here tonight.
Camilla, what are you doing here?
Seems like Cupid threw a curve at Mike. You know how newspaper men bump into all kinds of people. But this gal was a special kind of people. A famous designer. Fact is, she had designs on Mike. For a whole month, they were happy as birds.
But they lived in different worlds, and never the twain should meet.
Play cards, play cards.
Mike Hagan lives here, the poker game?
Mike Hagan? Yes.
Thank you. My name Maxie Stoltz. I'm his best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't want to move furniture. I came here to play cards. Hey!
Marilla didn't know anything about his world of guys and dolls. Mike didn't know anything about her world of gowns and glamour.
He's quite a man, Michael Hagan. No saint, of course. But you must have suspected that before you married him. Maybe even that was why you married him.
What about Mrs. Hagan?
Matt Daler's boys are putting a snatch on Mrs. Hagan tonight. In Boston.
How do you know?
Well, I invest in a few beers with the right people. They cannot find you, so naturally they gotta grab the next best thing, your wife.
About a little girl. Her name is Gigi. Now she looks adorable. So fresh, so eager, so young. Thank heaven. 4 little girls. 4 little girls get bigger every day.
Yes, Gigi was so eager, so young, but not too young to learn about making herself shine in the eyes of some lucky man.
We don't marry, is that it? Instead of getting married at once, it sometimes happens we get married at last.
She was raised to raise eyebrows, but Gigi more enjoyed raising the roof.
That since the world began, no woman or a man has ever been as happy as we are tonight.
Voila! It's a gay and taunting Paris that takes love so seriously and marriage so lightly. And what is a picture about gay Paris without Maurice Chevalier? He had once been the twinkle in Grandmama's eye.
We met at 9.
We met at 8.
I was on time.
No, you were late.
Ah, yes? I remember it well. You must be carefree. Devil may care. Be gay, extravagant, outrageous.
Gigi is dedicated to your zestful entertainment. A feast for your heart and senses in eye-thrilling cinemascope and metro color, lilting with the exciting melodies of Lerner and Lowe.
Say a prayer for me tonight. I'll need every prayer.
I'm so glad that I am not young.
While you were trembling on the brink, was I out yonder somewhere blinking at a star?
For the
like heaven for you.
Mean after a lady's name.
Eddie, I am so busy right now.
Says here 40-18-35.
Holy smoke, who's that?
It's the numbers game, played by the #1 Bachelor Father of the Year and a galaxy of the hottest numbers you've ever met. A bewitching blonde, a beautiful brunette, a ravishing redhead.
Everything you see here, it's me.
Gosh, I think she's lonesome, even with all that red hair.
Maybe.
Are you lonely, Dad?
Sometimes.
Then why don't you come right out and ask Dolly to live with us?
I happen to know this living doll.
Everybody's trying to play Cupid for Glenn Ford. First is the girl next door, lovely Shirley Jones. Provocative Dina Merrill is a fashion designer who has designs on Daddy-O.
Listen, does he act that way around all your friends?
Well, it depends what they have in mind.
Even his housekeeper has her say.
You better watch out for the floozies.
Floozies?
Why, there's women who would marry you this very minute for the equipment you have in this apartment.
The Courtship of Eddie's father brings together two of the most delightful fun stars of recent years, Stella Stevens and Jerry Van Dyke.
All right, now move straight forward from the hips. See where my hips are?
Oh, I do. I do.
Dad, for the first time in my life, I'm in love.
Well, she real pretty?
She's beautiful. Well, except from behind.
Behind?
Girls aren't so pretty from behind, Dad.
That's our boy. Ronnie Howard, the popular young Opie of the Andy Griffith Show, portrays Eddie. A chip off the old block.
Look, will you please let me think about Eddie for a change? He is my son, isn't he? Everybody knocking him back and forth, bouncing him back and forth. All is this to get to me, to get to me. Yes.
The irresistible Don Juan. Lines of women climbing over children to swoon at your feet.